All right, Rev Share 2.0. I am super excited to share more with you the changes that we made. The platform was already awesome. It just got that much better with reduced qualifiers, money getting paid back on bonuses from the Rev Share pool on levels 1 through 3. It's just incredible the changes that we've made to enhance, to make it easier, to make it more understandable and make more earnings for all of us here at eXp. I'm going to share more with my man, Rich Tomasini, right now. So here we go.
We're jumping into it, Rich. We're going to talk about it. Rev Share 2.0. Things have changed a bit. The platform that was initially laid out for eXp before has changed. It's huge. It's a great benefit to all of us as agents to basically give more. They were trying to make it more accessible to the agents. They're trying to offer more back to us as agents to make sure that everyone's taking advantage of this, because then we are all truly in this together from a collaboration perspective. So they innovated the platform into making it a newer version. It's simpler. It's easier for us to understand. It's easier for us to understand on how we can have a compounding effect to growth and opportunity to generate income. So this is huge. This slide kind of breaks it down to start on how it looks like based off of the split. 80% of the money is going back to the agents, right? And then 20% is going to the company. Well, of that 20%, 50% is going to the company. 50% is getting paid out in revenue share. This is huge, right? This is the way it breaks down for the tiers. Rich, you want to explain a little bit more what you see here?
Yeah, so eXp has an ability for you to scale and compound through relational equity. So I brought over 56 of my friends scattered throughout the whole country because I didn't have to think regionally anymore. And they ended up bringing over their friends, and they brought over their friends, and we've all supported them, which is why the stock compensates you for that, because when an agent comes over here, they need some guidance. And I have 2,770 agents that are the composition of 7 generations of growth here at this company. So a tier 1 agent is an agent that you directly bring over to the company. Okay, a tier 2 agent is an agent that they bring over to the company, and we get compensated on all 7 generations, like a big family tree, like a family reunion. If you want to have a great big family reunion, somebody has to reproduce, and then somebody has to reproduce. And that's how we've grown to 90,000 agents without hiring any recruiters. They wanted the agent that was out on the field making the call who's a good fit for eXp, because we know that we don't want every real estate agent. You guys have worked with those. So what happens is that the $16,000 cap that each agent pays in, $8,000 goes to company dollar, which pays all their expenses and then leaves a profit, which is single-digit percentage, by the way. You can look us up on any website because we're publicly traded. And then the other 50% of the company dollar gets redistributed back to the agents, recasted back to the agents on 7 different generations of income. So for every tier 1 agent, your total revenue share that you're going to receive on them is 17.5%. Every tier 2 agent is 20%, and we listed it as you go through here. Now, eXp on the Revenue Share 2.0 has iterated this new incentive for every agent that you directly bring over at this company. You will now earn $4,000, which is 25% of the cap, of the total cap. No, I mean, the part that eXp pays their bills with and the part that they redistribute back to us. So for every agent that you bring to the company, eXp will pay for the first 12 months, the rollout, $4,000 per agent. And what that does is it incentivizes you to take care of your agents and bring high quality agents over to the company. Most of us have been answering water cooler conversations when you're a big producer in your office for free forever. eXp wants you to take that seriously, and they want to compensate you seriously for that. So for me, for the 56 agents that I brought over at this company, I am going to get a revenue share every single month off all of their production. Now, what used to happen at this company is that I needed 5 tier 1 agents to qualify, which means that they were doing at least one $5,000 commission every 6 months in order to unlock the second generation. All right, they don't want me bringing over an agent and then just getting lucky and that agent brings over 5,000 agents and now they're paying 2 people all this money out here because we struck gold, right? They wanted us to actually earn our way to grow, and that would unlock levels. Well, in this new Revenue Share 2.0 enhancement, they made it a lot simpler. So the way that it used to work, just to give you a real quick rundown, is that you needed 5 tier 1 qualifying agents to unlock the second level, 10 tier 1 qualified agents to unlock the third level, 15 to unlock 4, 20 to unlock 5, 25 to unlock 6, and 30 unlocks the whole thing. I've unlocked the whole thing for almost 99% of my time that I've been here. I decided to take my medicine early, right? I didn't want to recruit agents. I just wanted to work with my friends, and then I wanted to support them. So that was the order in which I did it. Now, with this new revenue share enhancement, they've realized after looking back, and this company is very reflective, that a lot of agents have brought over friends, and some of those friends brought over a lot of friends, but they weren't receiving revenue share because they were so busy in production, which is where we want them to focus on, that they didn't unlock this revenue pool that's happening. So eXp said, let's make this simpler. The first 3 levels that you compound in, we are going to have no qualifying agents to unlock it. You're going to be able to have access to that compounding money 3 generations deep right out of the gate. And then when you have 5 qualifying agents on your front line, it'll unlock level 4. 10 qualifying agents on your front line will unlock level 5. 15 qualifying agents will unlock level 6, and we kept the 30 qualifying agents to unlock level 7. What ends up happening here is quite an interesting concept. Now we are going to be able to bring over 30 or even 15 if you want 6 of your 7 generations unlocked, and be able to support your team and not have to worry about continually feeding that front line to unlock all the money that you have. eXp has decided to help the agents that are focused on production to not have to become new experts in entrepreneurial management and growth. They know that you're going to bring over friends, and when your friends succeed and get their icon money back and get stock rides, and my healthcare is like, 60 cents on a dollar of what I was paying before. The ones that like the model are going to be vocal or answer questions for the others that are interested. So as that grows naturally, because I'm always sharing information as a real estate agent, right? Who's the right attorney to use? Who's a quick punch out list guy? Who's the surveyor that can get back to you in time for closing, right? We're doing that with the model. And now the first 3 levels are totally unlocked, and the barrier of entry to unlock levels 4, 5, 6 have gone down significantly. 7 went down about 8 or 9 months ago, which was a great help for us because we only had about 40 or 50 people out of 90,000 able to successfully keep 40 qualifiers to unlock all their money. So we dropped it to 30. eXp has taken an opportunity to always have the mindset is, how can we help the person that joins tomorrow? And what they look back on the last 15 years of business was that only the very few were able to unlock the relational equity compounding revenue share that they got. And it just wasn't affecting as many people as the stock awards were, right? So we wanted that to happen more often. And this revenue share enhancement does that. In addition to revenue share getting paid out on the 18th, 19th of every month, which is my favorite day of the month, we actually have this new button where you can press the button, and for $1, which is less than an ATM charge from 1995, you can pull all your revenue share into your account immediately. So if you have $8,000 or $9,000 of revenue share in your account expecting to pay out mid-month in May as we go through this month, but you have braces that are needed at the dentist, or you have an emergency, or you have to go fly out somewhere, or you got sick and you're in a lull in your business. I think a lot of people are in a lull in their business. You can just get paid off that revenue share. What we teach at eXp is to be a technician, to sell real estate. And if you sell a lot of it, we want to gift you the money back in stock. If you don't know what a cap is, it's like having car insurance with no deductible. It's the way forward for everybody. Secondarily, we want to give you a $2 billion market cap company. We want to give you shares of stock because this is your company, and 50% of the money that comes through it goes back to us. That's a revolutionary idea. That's like getting rid of all renters and doing lease options only. Part of the rent's going to go back to the down payment. That's the only way for agents to ever get ahead. And then the third component is that we don't want to recruit the agents that you're going to be forced to work with. We want you to tell us who's the best people. And what ended up happening is, because our compensation model is so explosive and our expense list is so minimal, we ended up getting tons of independent brokerage owners, solo monster agents, mega teams, all come out to the company because they can do math. On an iPhone with a calculator, we break down your numbers in 8 or 9 minutes. And in many cases, it's tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars of difference per year. And then when you start forecasting that out, it's big. So the revenue share is going to build because the value proposition is so robust here. Now, do you have to participate in revenue share? About 88% of the company doesn't really. About 12% does. If you want to look at averages, the average real estate agent at eXp brings over about an agent a year, right? If you see us, we went from 10,000 agents to 20,000 agents to 40,000 agents every single year. Once you get to 90,000 agents, you don't grow at that rate, right? I think Keller Williams is probably one of the biggest real estate companies in the world as far as agent count. They probably have about 140, 50,000 agents. We are continually growing. We're the only real estate brokerage that's profitable in every deal. It's because we are so lean on expenses. So revenue share is the payout for all future growth for agents. When you look at the team structures and the caps at this company, it is very easy to structure your team, predict what they're going to get paid, predict when they're capped, predict when they icon. It's going to be very easy to predict what stock that they get at the company. And then it's also going to be able to use their influence to tap into relationships they have anywhere in 24 countries and build an organization around your team. Relational equity is the way to go. It's like everybody's been in a movie with Kevin Bacon. We just made it a lot more doable. I wouldn't say that we made it easier, Greg. What we did is we were reflective enough to say that most of the agents that have revenue share haven't unlocked it all, and we're not a company that's here to profit off that miss.
Yeah, and so to take that word too, not necessarily easier, more so it made it more accessible. It made it more rewarding for really anyone. Because like let me just say this like real quick from the point that Rich just made. Like on average, most agents that come to eXp, or most agents that go to any firm for that matter, they generally end up referring someone that they know or someone they have a relationship with to their company, because we all want to work with people we know, like, and trust, right? So over your career, you're going to inevitably collaborate or connect with people that you like, that you have relationships with, that you want to bring along with you, because you want to work arm to arm and link together and collaborate with these people on a kind of an intimate basis. Never mind all the other collaborations the company has to offer, but just with the people that you have these relationships with. Well, now eXp is compensating you, but it's allowing now more of our agents, more of our agent base to have this compounding effect. Because in the past, you needed certain number of agents that you directly brought into the company in order to unlock all of these levels of opportunity that was going to be offered to you for the company. Now, because of the way that we've set this up, and this is why this is such a game changer, everyone that we know of that is in this business, for the most part, is going to have at least a friend that they're going to bring over to a company at some point in time. Someone that they want to collaborate with, someone that they have a great relationship with. Could be a family member that they're bringing into the business. Could be a friend of theirs that they've done business with in the past. Could be somebody moving from out of the area that now is moving to this area that they're friends with, that they want to bring into the company. Whatever the relationship is, now when those introductions are made, you have this compounding effect that's organically built in without pressure on you having to leave what it is that you know. Again, being compensated for what you already do, because I'll guarantee anyone listening to this right now, you've introduced someone to your company, or you've mentioned your company to someone that is in the business that you thought about maybe bringing along with you. Well, now when you do that, and then that person that you introduced it to introduces it to another, and then introduces it to another, and so on, you're being compensated now on this compounding effect that you wouldn't have otherwise had before, through not having to have pressure of lining up all these different people to qualify for that compounding effect. It's just being offered to you and given to you because the first three layers are for free. And then after that, as it continues to grow, now you have opportunity, because of the reduction in the qualifiers that you need now for levels 4 through 6, you have opportunity then to grow that even bigger too over time as it continues to compound, which it does and it will. You know, I'm a different example. Rich brought up some of the numbers he brought up before. I'm newer to the company on that level. I took a 16-person brokerage that I had. So I had relationships with 16 people. I then had 2 other people. So if you look at it, I have 18 people in my front line. Well, that's turned into 120 people in 14 states. It's compounded. And now, because of this model, I'm being compensated on multiple levels without having to worry about me personally going out and recruiting people to my first level in order to unlock this compounding effect. It's just being given to me. And that cascading that I have here in this slide, that compounding happens organically. And now I'm going to be rewarded for it. And again, that goes back to why the company is being so innovative in this and why this is such a game changer, is that it's being offered now where more people are going to take advantage of this. It's more accessible to many of the agents, almost all the agents at eXp, because they're all going to introduce one of their friends, and their friends are probably going to introduce one of their friends, and so on. And now you're going to be compensated for it. And that, to me, is a huge game changer. It's it's really unbelievable that they're offering this to us as a group. And I think it's really going to impact a lot of people's lives.
Don't be allergic to a screen like this, because I think a lot of people end up retracting into their personality when they see this. That's what I did the first time I saw it. I was selling about 38 houses a year. We were doing about $40 million of business when I came over to eXp in 2017. Actually, my GCI that year was 405, right? And my hair was going white. I was missing a lot of my personal time, a lot of family time. And I was leveraging the business the way that I was taught, which is we had a couple buyer's agents, we were listing side, we were definitely systematic. Last year, I closed over 30,000 transactions. I got a micro dosage revenue share payment on all 30,000 transactions. I had no margin on any one of those agents. I wasn't making money on any of the agents. So what I like is that the margin that people are making on top of each other is at the expense of somebody, whoever's lower in the totem pole. This is eradicated. Here at this company, people can graduate from my team, build their own teams. They don't have to leave the company. They don't have to divorce me. They don't have to fight with me. I'll help them do that. I'll show them the blueprint. You cannot scale a hero. You must learn how to leverage and do more deals than what you can personally fit in. eXp fundamentally understands that. We teach it. We pioneered it. We have the largest amount of examples that have ever done it. You're not going to come to eXp and build massive revenue share and retire in a year. I mean, maybe you would, but probably not. What you're going to do is you're going to take the relationships that are key to you. You're going to support those people, make sure that they're compensated and they have the resources they have here. You're going to continue to do life and work with them, and they're going to do the same. And over the course of a career, you're going to build a revenue share organization. You're going to build a stock portfolio. And hopefully, if you're an Icon agent, you're going to go out there and get all your money back on the sales side. If you're a new agent, you're going to have a certified mentor. I'm a certified mentor. I've closed over 800 transactions. We closed 30,000 plus transactions last year. I am allowed to have up to 20 students at one time. I would like to say, and I'm not trying to be cocky here, is that I'm probably a little bit more experienced than the person that you're paired up with at a brick and mortar office that has 20 agents and operates 4 zip codes. We have the ability to choose our mentors and choose our students. This is a company that's doing business different. So the revenue share part is basically an influence that you have, relational equity that you have, the ability to erase all the lines on the US map. We already have one cap for all 50 states. So if you're selling in multiple states, you don't have to pay all of these different franchise owners or all of these different little boutique companies. It's one-stop shopping, goes toward the same cap. If you're married or you're a partner and you have the same address, you're sharing the cap. We see lots of people in love doing business together here. This is a company that has a legacy piece that you can will out to your kids, to your wife. This is an entirely different way of doing business. And a lot of people are allergic to this type of conversation. And the cost of being allergic to this type of conversation is decades of technician work. We want people to sell houses. We don't want you to focus on anything else. That's why we enhance the revenue share. We want you to earn stock in a company that is worth more than your LLC. And lastly, we want you to be able to work with whoever you want. And we want to support them from the management side, but have you be able to support them from as a running partner. And that is revenue share in a capsule.
100%. 100%. Love it, Rich. And this is the full breakdown of each of the tiers, just so you can see how it breaks down over time. But we kind of discussed this, and I hope that you're clear on this. If not, obviously, then please feel free to reach out. That's what this is all about, is sharing this information, trying to get you excited, trying to get you to understand how much of a game changer this is for you. But I like getting into the last portion here that I want to share is the reason why we're sharing all this, the reason why we're talking through all this, the reason why we're bringing all this to you as far as information is concerned, is because we want to ask yourself, like, if what you're doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. We're entrepreneurs. We work super hard. I must have said this 10 times in this presentation. We work unbelievably hard for what it is that we have to do to be compensated on. We know that as being agents in this business, and with all the changes that go on from a compliance perspective, from an environment perspective, from a technology perspective, I want to make sure that I'm getting what I deserve for my hard work. And this platform is offering more from a production perspective, from a wealth building perspective, from an income perspective than anybody else that's in the business, and making sure that they continue to innovate to offer us even more. And that's what I love about it. And so I want you to ask yourself that very question. Are you getting closer to where you want to be? Do you think that maybe there is something that can be offered here as far as a plan to put you on that path to where you want to be. And that's what we want to offer to you. And that's what we want to share with you. So if you have any questions, my contact information is going to be below here. Feel free to contact me. Let me know if you have any additional questions. We can run through your numbers, show you what this can look like for you, and long-term growth opportunities that are available to you is through this platform for what you do, how hard you work. Take advantage of this. This is a huge benefit to you.